Hey YouTube, this is Elliot with the Untangled Essence of the Truth. Starting right out with Genesis 3:11. That's the scene in the Bible where prohibition all began. And prohibition came, with Adam and Eve and the story of the apple in a tree, or the fruit in a tree. And basically 3:11, God asks, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree whose fruit I commanded you not to eat? The man replied and then blamed the woman, and then the Lord asks the woman, what have you done? And she says, the serpent deceived me, she said. That's why I ate of it. So basically, at that point, what's going on is not only did Satan lie to say that go ahead and eat the apple, no problem, or the fruit of the tree, but also hey, that you're naked and you better cover up because other people will use that against you. And basically with that lie began the whole mentality of prohibition. Now this mentality of prohibition hurts because what it does is it creates a sense of the forbidden being the most appealing, kind of like the fruit. And so you could argue God's motives for forbidding the fruit too, right? And as we see how the forbidden being the most appealing, sure enough, Adam and Eve ate the fruit and continued right on with covering up their nudity, their shame, and that goes right into lust. In other words, because man is not allowed to see the naked woman, or vice versa, it becomes the most appealing. It leads to pornography and lusting after women that appear to be beautiful more than others, and that kind of thing. It also leads to embarrassment and body shame and things like that. Now there are Christians that are known as Christian naturists, and they also highlight that phrase from the Bible on Adam and Eve. They also point to another bunch of scriptures. You can find them on Wikipedia, Christian naturism. One of the things that's interesting there is where nudity is actually forbidden, and this is more direct and appropriate, I think, and that's when it's forced on a person, for example, in other words, like prisoners or rape situations, or directly associated with sin like orgies, temple prostitution, the modern sense of indecent exposure. And I don't mean just walking down the street naked, but more like for the effect that it has on another person, the directly creating an offense on purpose, offending somebody else's sense of morality. Although I think that's a fine line, because somebody that's too uptight about nudity, go ahead and give them a flash, right? Well, I guess that's another topic that's kind of challenging on the subject, because where do you draw the line, right? It's sort of, you could argue it's sort of like profanity of words, right? There's nothing wrong with strong words. I don't fucking care, right? So in other words, that expresses an emotion, and that word is obviously associated with sexuality. Used as an expression of emotion, I think we all get it. But when it's overused in a mixed environment like a work setting, and it becomes inappropriate, it creates a quid pro quo environment of sexual harassment, sort of like forcing other people to be naked, or forcing other people to tolerate words like that. So, what I'm trying to say here is there's a balance. There's a time to put a shirt on, there's a time to dress up, right? And there's a time when maybe running around naked in some church party might not be the best thing to do, right? And the other situation where nudity is directly forbidden in the Bible goes for when people are suffering from lack of food, clothing, and shelter. And the need for clothing could be due to cold climate, hostile environment, or cultural necessity. looking through the quick scan of the rest of this wiki, that's pretty well the conclusion of that topic. There are a couple places where, let's see, in Mark, a young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus, and when they seized him, he fled, leaving naked, nothing but his garment. And that's Mark 14:51. Also, John 19:23. The soldiers stripped Jesus, and there's also some references in Thomas, Isaiah, Samuel, and so on. Okay, thank you.